On a quiet morning that seemed peaceful, a wealthy man dressed in elegant clothes took his 6-year-old wheelchair-bound daughter for what he called a special outing. The little girl, whose name was Lila, had always loved the countryside, but today felt different, strange, even. Her father, Mr. Harland, hadn't spoken much since they left their mansion. As they reached a cliff overlooking a deep valley, Lila's small hands trembled on the arms of her chair. She looked up at her father with wide eyes and asked, "Daddy, why are we here?" He didn't answer right away. His heart pounded, but still he pushed her forward. The world spun as the wheelchair tilted over the edge. Lila screamed, her voice swallowed by the wind. Below, she crashed into tangled branches and jagged rocks, the impact jarring but not fatal. Dazed and crying, she found herself wedged between stones and vines, trapped and terrified. Above, Mr. Harlan straightened his tie, glanced down once to ensure no one saw, then turned and walked away like nothing had happened. But someone had seen it all, a majestic white horse named Cloud. He stood frozen at the cliff's edge, his ears twitching, his dark eyes wide with disbelief. Then, with a loud neigh, he galloped back toward the stables, panic in every step. Meanwhile, Jack Miller, the foreman of the estate, was feeding the animals when he noticed something strange about Cloud. Usually calm, the horse was restless, pawing the ground, snorting loudly. Jack frowned, watching him closely. "What's wrong, boy?" he murmured, reaching out to stroke the horse's neck. That's when he saw it, a small pink ribbon lying near the stable door. It matched the one Lila always wore in her hair. A chill ran down Jack's spine. He hurried to find his wife, Maria, who had also noticed Lila's absence. They exchanged worried glances. Something wasn't right. Back at the cliff, Lila clung to hope. Night fell quickly, and the cold bit through her thin sweater. She whispered stories to herself, just like her mother used to do before bedtime. Each word gave her strength. And above her, Cloud never left. He stayed by the edge, pacing slowly, letting out soft whinnies now and then as if saying, "I'm here. I won't leave you." Hours passed. Jack followed Cloud to the cliff, guided by instinct and the sound of distant sobs echoing from below. When he finally spotted Lila, fear gripped his chest. She was alive, but barely. He shouted her name, and she responded with a weak cry, "Uncle Jack!" Tears welled in his eyes. He promised her he'd come back with help. Back at the mansion, things were unraveling. Mr. Harlan tried to cover his tracks, burning documents, and making up lies about Lila being sent away for treatment. But Maria had heard enough. Quietly, she slipped away and called the sheriff, whispering everything she knew. Jack returned with Pete, an experienced climber. Together, they prepared for a dangerous rescue. The storm rolled in fast. Lightning lit up the sky. Thunder cracked like gunshots. Rain poured down, soaking everything. Still, they descended carefully, ropes in hand, hearts pounding. Lila's wheelchair creaked under the weight of the storm. One wrong move could send her plummeting again. Pete reached her just in time. "You're going to be okay," he assured her, unstrapping her gently. Then, lightning struck again, shaking the cliff. With a deafening crack, the chair broke free and fell into the abyss. Pete held Lila tightly, climbing upward as fast as he could. Jack pulled from above, muscles burning. Finally, they reached the top. Cloud greeted them with a relieved nicker, nudging Lila's shoulder gently. Sirens wailed in the distance. By the time the sheriff arrived, Mr. Harlan and his wife, Mrs. Elaine Harlan, were cornered. Evidence had been gathered, testimonies recorded. Justice came swiftly. Lila was taken to the hospital, where Cloud refused to leave her side. Every day, people came to see the brave horse who had saved a life. Weeks later, Lila was discharged. Jack and Maria became her legal guardians, and Cloud moved into a specially built stable beside their home, where he could always see her window. Therapy sessions with him helped Lila regain her strength and confidence. A year passed. Lila was stronger than ever. Cloud became an official emotional support animal, accompanying her to school and helping other children at the new equine therapy center built using funds from Lila's trust. And every night, before falling asleep, Lila would look out her window and smile at Cloud, knowing she was safe and loved. Moral lesson: love and loyalty can come from the most unexpected places. Sometimes, the ones who care for us the most don't speak. They simply stay. If you enjoyed this story, please subscribe and leave a comment below. Let us know what you think of Lila and Cloud's journey, and share your own stories of love and courage.